As you know, we are here in the day 2 of our AWS and the Devops training from the Logic Labs technology. As you know, myself, Sai. Right. Currently, we are in the batch 200. Right. So we're going to train under AWS in the Devops tools for the next couple of weeks. So if you want to be part of this journey every week, Saturdays and Sundays, Saturdays 2 hours and the Sundays 2 hours class. If you want to be part of this and if you want to know more about this course, you can scan this QR code for the course content. If you want to register here, you can scan this QR code to register. And if you need any support, if you have any queries, general queries, and if you need any general information, you can reach us. You can write a mail to the mail ID or else you can call in the available contacts. And before this, I want to show you how to register to this. If you follow us on the Logic Lab Technologies, go to this website. And you can see here, Logic Lab Technology, AWS and the Devops weekend only batch, which started 23rd September. It means yesterday. So if you want to know more about this course, you can go here and you can see the yesterday's recording class here, the syllabus and the yesterday's recording class. Here you can watch this yesterday's recording class. And you're going to access the today's recording class as well, because today is the last demo, free demo, last from my side. Right. So if you want to get this course, you can go here. Okay, you can purchase this course if you require. So we're going to provide the recording classes to you. Okay, you're going to join the live classes and also you're going to get the recording classes from our side and also the material, the exam dumps, and also the guidance for the interview as well. Right. So this is about the things that we're going to provide and other things. So in the chat box, you can see the payment link. If anyone yet to do the payment, if anyone trying to do the payment, so there's a payment link available to you for this batch. You can proceed. And any one of your friends who are interested to get this course, right? Both the AWS and the DevOps who want to be part of this course from my side, okay, please suggest to your friends as well. Okay, because today is the last demo, free demo. From next week, like we're going to start full-fledged without any free demos, right? So yesterday's and today's are the free demos. If you not watch the yesterday's class, you can get the yesterday's recording class as well. Okay. And if you want to be part of this, if you want to get more updates, you can join in the WhatsApp group link that is provided in the chat box. To get more updates about the recording classes, about the batch details, you can join in the WhatsApp group community, okay, where you can get the continuous updates about the group, right? Yes. So for the course content also, you can see in the chat box, there is a link is provided. Fine. So before going to the today's lecture, let me take few queries from your side. If you have any doubts in yesterday's class, who are part of yesterday's class, or else even if you are not part of yesterday's class, if you have any general queries regarding this course curriculum and the content, or else our way of action plan or our way of journey. If you have any queries, you may raise your hand. Okay. You may raise your hand and welcome you to talk, or else you can put in the chat box to me where the chat box is enabled. Yeah, Pratmesh, you're welcome. You're all to talk.
Yeah,
Yeah, Pratmesh.
so actually in the past, I have completed
Your voice is a bit low.
skills
Pratmesh,
from
can you check
Logic
your
Lab.
audio? Yeah,
Okay,
Pratmesh.
sure, I will attend in the past.
Sorry, your voice is a bit low. Or can you check your audio once? Pratmesh, could you please check your audio? Yeah, Pratmesh, you're welcome to talk. Yes. Okay, Pratmesh. Great, great. Okay. Yes, actually, the thing is that it's from my side the DevOps only the DevOps course I have to start. I have to start very soon. But the thing is that okay, good. I understood your query because from my side I have to start the DevOps course, only the DevOps course. Okay, but the things are not. I'm not getting enough time to take the batch only for the DevOps. So that's why my plan of action first will go with the AWS solution architect associate, which is already you done with that. Okay. So in the meanwhile, you can do the practice. Okay. You can do real-time projects. Okay. In the meantime, we are also discussing the real-time projects. So Pratmesh, this course will help you as a revision. Okay. Because anyhow, this course going to help you as a revision because already you are good in the AWS as already you done with the course. So it's like a revision. You can prepare for the real-time projects, right? You can prepare for the real-time projects. Okay. By then we reach to the DevOps. Okay. It is very best to you because as a revision, because AWS, we have a lot of things. If you miss any things, you can cover from here, right? You can cover from here, or else you do revision in between. You can do some practicals, real-time projects on the AWS as well, right? So by then we can reach to the DevOps. So in DevOps, you can continue the same thing. Yes, yes. So we're going to, okay, Pratmesh, see, we're going to cover all the DevOps tools, okay, like GitHub, Docker, Jenkins, Maven, okay, Terraform, Ansible. We're going to cover all those tools, right? So, Pratmesh, any doubts? Any more doubts, buddy? No, no. See, it is not just intro. I mean to say that it is an intermediate level because advanced level it takes lot of time. Okay, advanced level means say every tool is like advanced level means based on the projects we'll go into the deep, but we are covering all the tools in the intermediate level. Okay, not just intro. Okay, not just giving some brief. Not about that. We are doing certain practicals also. Okay, we are doing CI/CD pipelines. How we are working the real time projects, right? We are doing certain best level. Okay, where you can showcase in your interview. Okay, in your resume as well, right? The projects that we're going to do. Great, great. So it's going to help you out. Yes. So Wajid, so what are all the advantage involved in all the advantage involved in AWS? See, Wajid, if you see the yesterday's recording class, okay, Wajid, if you see the yesterday's recording class, you can see what is the benefit of the cloud computing. Okay, why we are using the cloud computing. Okay, because see nowadays the companies, even the startup companies, the MNCs, any organization to start any project, they need the infrastructure, right? They have to purchase the infrastructure. So in order to overcome that expenses, we are getting the IT resources from the cloud. Okay, we are using the cloud computing resources, right here, Wajid. So if you need more clarity, you can watch the yesterday's recording class where I have in detail I explained everything. Okay, yes, buddy. Yes, so I can see one more chart from Kosi. So will you have another class AWS project? See, Kosi, this is the class where I will continue every week, like Saturdays and Sundays, Saturdays 2 hours and Sundays 2 hours. So my way of teaching is that I will teach one concept. First, I will finish some theory. First, I will tell you why the concept came into the picture. Then, after seeing the concept in theory way, because our way of learning is matching both the exams and the interview. Okay, we are balancing the both because the companies, okay, the recruiters, the employers is also looking for the certified candidates. If possible, if you are done with any certification, it is a value added benefit to you. Okay. So certification in the sense like don't go with the third party certification. Okay. Don't go with the institution certifications. It's better go with the directly from the AWS. Right. So here, if you see here, as I shown you yesterday, there is associate challenges going on from the AWS. You see here AWS associate challenge. Okay. Till 29th, you can register here in the associate challenge. Please try to get this voucher. Okay. It is associate challenge where you can get 50% discount on your AWS certification exam. Okay. See, till 29th, it was there. So why? Because if you see this, if you want to be certified in any of these, okay, from the AWS, available AWS certifications, it is 150, it is 120 US dollars. Okay, it is 180 US dollars. 150 plus 30. Okay, 180 US dollars. And here it is like 320 US dollars. Okay, so here it is associate challenge is going on where you can get 50% discount. With this discount voucher, you can apply while applying for the exam, you can apply and you can get any one certification. So this is the right time to get the voucher. And that voucher, you have to use that voucher by October 31st. It means by October 31st, you have to apply for the exam and you have to write the exam by October 31st. Okay, it means your voucher, you can use this voucher till October 31st. Okay, that is what is going to help you out. At least if you have minimum this certification, solution attack, it is fine. Okay, it is fine. Um, that person is not a sports. So let me take one more thing. So we have the class very bit further. So this is a class because while we are learning Excel, we are seeing the real-time projects. Okay, there is no special class for the project. While we are learning, okay, we are seeing the labs, practicals, everything, real-time projects, how they are asking, how to work on it, what are the ways we're going to cover in the same. Right, Kosi? I hope it's clear. It's clear to you. Can you show me any other dummy project involving AWS? Yeah, Wajid, see, while working, I can show you, buddy. Okay, while working, when the concept comes, when the tool comes, okay, I can show you what are the benefits of the tools, how we are working there, right, in the real time. So, Mohammed, you are asking that how labs practice are access given. Okay, can I explain a bit more about practicals roadmap as part of this course? Yes. See here, as I discussed yesterday, we going to do my suggestion to you, even in the PPT. Okay, first thing I'm going to share these PPTs with you. Okay, for every course, for every content, I have the PPTs. Okay, right? For every content, what I'm teaching. Yesterday, I taught all these things. Okay, yesterday we had discussed these things, right? Yesterday we had discussed what is SDLC. Okay, what are the environments? Okay, what are the issues that we are facing, right? So how the issues we are facing with the on-premises, what are the problems, and what is cloud computing? So we are seeing. So whatever I'm teaching, I'll providing the notes to you first thing. Okay, I'm providing the proper notes to you, right? So along with the notes, you are going to get the recording classes and how to practice. Now the thing is that how to practice. For this, if you observe this PPT, okay, yesterday only I have told you that you have to create one free tier account. Okay, you have to create one AWS free tier account. Okay, these are the steps how to create one account, free tier account. As I shown you yesterday, my account. Right, yesterday I have shown you about my account. So you have to create one free tier account. I'll tell you how to create the free tier account. AWS console home. Okay, console login. AWS management console. So login. Okay, here you can create a new account. Okay, new AWS account. Right. So while creating the account, which is a free of cost, okay, there will be one plan. Okay, free account, basic plan. You have to choose that. Okay, you can practice unlimited, means with limitations. Okay, it is enough. Okay, the free tier account is enough to practice in the AWS. So using the AWS, we're going to also practice the DevOps tools. Okay, we're going to implement our DevOps tools in the AWS environment. Right. So that is a question that I was answered to you, Mohammed. Okay. So a bit more about practical roadmap as part of this course. About practical roadmap, see, as I told you, what are the course? Okay, what are the tools, services that we are covering? Okay, what are the tools and services that we are covering? We're going to do certain practicals also. Okay, real-time projects also. Right, buddy? So that was the thing. Under associate, we can apply for only one certificate, not two. Yes, yes. See this challenge, Danya. See, this is the challenge. Okay, if you're getting the voucher, 50% discount voucher. Okay, if you are going to schedule the exam, you're going to apply for only one certification. Okay, you can use that challenge. Okay, you can use that discount only for one exam only, not for all the three. Okay, like that and one more thing, you cannot get more than one voucher. Okay, if you are joining the challenge, like that, you cannot get more than one voucher. That is also thing. Okay, try to get only one discount voucher and try to apply in anywhere, whether associate or developer or SysOps. It's up to you. Okay, you can apply, you can register and you can apply that voucher. Okay, you cannot get two vouchers and one voucher here, one voucher here. It is not possible. Okay, yes, even I tried in that way for my friends. Okay, to my colleagues, but it is not possible because your IP address is noted. Okay, even if not the IP address, okay, different vouchers, okay, your details are okay registered already, so you won't get the multiple vouchers. Okay, one person, one registration, one voucher only, right? So that is the thing. Yes. So, so Pratmesh, should we get any type of support with your SSL certification? How many creating one account, creating new account, one account. See, Pratmesh, if you have the account, okay, if you have already account, no worries. Okay, just do practice in that. Okay, just do practice in that. Again, you have to go for new, okay, new thing. And if you want any support to clear the certification, yes, I have a lot of dumps. Okay, I'll provide the dumps to you. Okay, along with the PPTs that I'm providing, I will also provide the links. Okay, the examination support links like practice sessions. Okay, I have a lot of dumps. Okay, with me, I can share it with you. Right, you can use the dumps. Right, buddy, Pratmesh? Yep. So, any doubts, any queries? No. So I can see Mohammed. You have raised your hand. You're welcome. You're welcome to talk, Mohammed.
Yeah, will this DevOps course, what we are doing right now, that
Mhm.
will help for the solution architect certification also?
Yes, yes, yes. It will help you on the solution architect application also the concepts because mostly we are following our cost effective because if you see the solution architect exam, the funda of this exam, okay, the main ideology of this exam, cost effective. How we are reducing the cost by choosing the resources. That is our solution architect. What is your solution in picking the architecture, in picking the planning, okay, in the cost effective manner. Okay, it means we're going to see all the tools. Okay, we're going to see the different types of pricings also. So what is the situation, when to pick the resources, right? And mostly thing, there is a domain called networking. We're going to do the best practice in the networking from my side. Okay, which is very, very important for the exam. So the examination, if you see the questions from the examination, they'll put one scenario to you. Like asking you like, Mohammed, if you're working in one of the companies and your company need low latency, okay, which resources you will choose for low latency for the servers? Okay, and in the shared responsibility model, so what is your responsibility? So they will ask certain scenario questions. Okay, to answer that, we should very good in the concepts. We should understand the concepts. So that is what we are explaining. That is what we are explaining how to tackle this, right? The picture behind the questions. So with that, you can easily recognize the questions from where it is asking, okay, how to tackle, what are the resources, what are the options we are giving. Usually you can cover, right, buddy?
The course covers the content.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you want to write the cloud practitioner, you can easily clear the cloud practitioner, which is a basic exam. Okay. But we are learning in the cloud solution architect associate level,
Associate
right?
level only I'm asking for, not
Yes.
the practitioner level. For the
Yes, yes. Associate level. Yes.
okay. Thanks, Mr. Sai.
Yeah. Thank you very much. For study, we need to refer paper books. Also, our notes will enough. See, Ambuj, my classes is enough. To be frank, my classes are enough because already I have proved what I am like in the teaching. My students, the previous students are doing good. Okay, if you are working, okay, one of my personal student, okay, my previous batches who are freshers, okay, who are freshers and who are not from the computer background also, okay. Now, my students, like one of the working in the JFrog company, okay, JFrog company from the Bangalore, product-based company, like developer, okay, he's working like a developer associate, okay, developer engineer, and one is working the skill minds, okay. My personal students where I taught them who are not from the computer background, who are completely freshers. Okay, they got the jobs. Okay, they're doing a good, right? So my what I mean to say for this question, so even my student, what are the notes I taught? What are the syllabus I taught? Means what are the classes I taught? What are the classes he made one handy notes? He made one handy notes. Okay, he used to revise those things. Till interview, he followed that. He got cleared. Even the management had taken these notes from the student. Okay, from my student. Okay, even the management had taken his notes. Okay, as a reference to the freshers. Okay, right? So what I mean to say at the end, these classes are enough. Okay, what are the things I am saying? These classes are enough. Okay, out of these classes, if you want to make any notes, you can make some handy notes. And along with that, I'm also providing these PPTs, such PPTs with you. Okay, such PPTs, such kind of PPTs with you. Like it is like 56 slides. Okay, so such kind of PPTs I'm providing for the AWS and the DevOps, right? So you can use these PPTs, not require any other dumps. For the examination also, I'm providing certain dumps. Okay, for the practice questions, the certain dumps as well. Okay, you can use the dumps for the practicing exam. So overall, it is enough. Okay, because multiple resources, it will be like clumsiness. Okay, fewer resources with the more practice, what I will suggest. Right, buddy? I hope it's clear. Numbers. It's towards expense now in IT field, how to jump ahead with these upskills. Yes. See, Pratmesh, you can do one thing. So if you are working already, if you have 2 years of experience, yes. So what my suggestion after these classes, after the classes that you are getting from my side, so along with these classes, okay, along with the practicals, we are doing practicals only. Okay, if it is theory, I'll take theory. Just 20 to 30% is theory. Remaining 70% will go in the practicals only, almost every time. So with these practicals and also from your side, just try to showcase yourself as a 2 years of experience. It means see the real-time projects also more. Okay. Because every company, see my company currently where I'm working in the DevOps tools, my company project is different. Okay, it is a confidential. I can't reveal that. But it's a confidential. So I'm using the different DevOps tools in depth. Okay, it's a different DevOps tools. So it's up to the company where you are going to give the interview. So in depth they will ask. But for your 2 years of experience, intermediate level is fine. Intermediate level of learning the things is fine. Okay. But that too as well, if you showcase some projects in your resume, okay, what are the projects we are doing? Okay. The employer will see for your 2 years experience, they will see the 2 years projects what you have done. Okay, you have to get ready with that first thing. What are the 2 years projects that you have worked? Okay. Suppose let me take from my side, you're going to learn something, and also from your side, also you try to see some other projects. Okay, real-time projects in the market. Okay, that is fine. And also it is better if you have any certification. Okay, your 2 years experience projects, your certification. Okay, right. So it is going to help you out to easily get the high okay, with the upskill because at the end of the day, the people will judge you with the certification. Okay, most of the companies are not looking for certification, but if you have the certification, you can negotiate the salary, right? You can easily negotiate the salary because already you are a certified person, right? So that is what Pratmesh. Yes, you can show your 2 years experience. Okay, 2 years experience that you work in the DevOps tools. Okay, so in your resume, you have to make sure in your resume you have to make sure that you had worked in the DevOps tools. You have to prepare in that way. Okay, prepare in that way, buddy. Yeah, years of experience and working as a middleware admin. Okay. How many years of experience shall I show after this course? Yes, Ambuj, you can show that you can say minimum 4 years. Okay, 3 to 4 years you can show that, right? Minimum you can show minimum 3 years, right? Because if you are the 8 years DevOps person, okay, it is like advanced. Okay, it is like advanced picture, right? So it is better if you go like 3 to 4 years. Okay, it will be help you out. 3 to 4 years, what you're learning from my side. Along with that, if you see the real-time projects also. Okay, interview questions, even I'm sharing the interview questions with you. Okay, I have certain dumps with me, how to prepare for the interview as well. At the end of the day, I will share these materials with the admin team. They will deploy in the Graphy. Okay. Those who are registering this course will get one Graphy account. Okay, in the Graphy account, you will get the things. Yeah. So shell scripting, yes. See, yes. So if you're showing the 4 years experience means you should know the shell scripting and also the Python, minimum basics of Python. Okay. If you're showing minimum 3 to 4 years of experience means you should know the shell scripting. Okay. So, but here we're going to see the basics of shell scripting. Okay. Here we're going to see the basics of shell scripting. We're going to learn the Linux commands. Certain Linux commands, we're going to see what is the file permissions, how to give the file permissions, and also the bash script. Okay, we're going to see the bash script. Okay, right? We're going to understand the shell scripting as well. Right? So that's the thing. And if you have the Python as well, it's well and good. Okay, not advanced level, not intermediate, also best basics. If you know the basics of Python, okay, Python coding, and if you know the shell scripting, okay, at least minimum knowledge of shell scripting, and if you know how to write the YAML scripts and the JSON scripts, that's fine. Okay, that's fine in the DevOps. Yeah, great. So any queries to anyone? So still more any queries to anyone? Did anyone raise the hand? Like you can see Ambuj or Mohammed. You raise the hand now or else it's the previous. Ambuj, you raise the hand, right? Ambuj, you are welcome to talk. Yes, Ambuj, you are welcome to talk. Ambuj, can you check with your audio? You are not audible. It's okay, fine. See, ultimately, the role of the AWS Solution Architect Associate. Okay, okay, Ambuj, fine. See, ultimately, the role of the AWS Solution Architect Associate or the DevOps engineer, if you are getting a job as a cloud engineer, because see here, okay, of course, there are a few of the learners who are experienced, right? Who are the experienced, and let's say if you are the learners who are not even experienced, it means they just started the career, okay, as a freshers, let's say. Okay, see, our way of teaching is in the combination of all. Okay, doesn't mean this course is only for the okay who are experienced in the IT field. It doesn't mean that this course is for everyone. Okay, this course is for everyone because we're going to learn from the scratch. Okay, even if you're experienced or non-experienced, even if you're computer background or non-computer background, no worries, because this course is for everyone, right? That more thing. And if you see the role, okay, might you have one doubt. So what is the role? You may ask, Sai, what is the role? So will be able to help those sports competition. See, Ambuj, I am here as a trainer. Ambuj, see, I love, okay, first thing is that my passion is teaching. Okay, my passion is teaching. I have the years of experience in the projects, and also I have the years of experience in the teaching field. And yes, I love teaching, and I used to support my learners, whatever may be the situation. Okay, whatever may be the situation, I used to support my learners. Okay, definitely you will get my support at any time. Yeah, that's for sure. Right. Hmm. So yes, now see, Ambuj, let's check. Is your audio is okay? Let me take your query. Ambuj, you're welcome to talk. I think still the problem exists. It's okay, buddy. Okay. Okay. Let's check. If you're in between, if you need to talk with me, you can talk. Okay. Or else you can lower the hand now for the time being. Yes. See the role of the AWS Solution Architect Associate. First, we'll see what is the role of the Solution Architect Associate once you got the job. So, as a AWS Cloud Engineer, okay, Cloud Engineer, Cloud Administrator, okay, right, AWS Cloud Engineer, Cloud Administrator. Once you get the job as a Cloud Engineer in AWS, so what is your role? Okay, you have to tell to your team. Okay, you are working as a AWS admin. Okay, AWS admin or AWS Cloud Engineer or AWS Cloud Administrator. Okay, support engineer. Okay, so your role was okay. Your role is to play in that way the cost effective manner where you're going to decrease the budget of your investment of your company. Okay, let's say now your client will become okay. Now your client will become the developer team. Okay, development team or testing team or the production team. Okay, they'll put a mail. Let's say myself as I. Okay, they'll put a mail. So I see I need this. Okay, I need this configuration. Okay, I need CPU. Okay, I need CPU. I need 8 GB RAM. I need okay. I need this processor. I need this CPU. I need this hard disk. Okay, I need the Windows operating system. Okay, in this machine I need the softwares. Okay, in this machine I need the softwares. Please get it done. Please get it done. So what you'll do as a cloud engineer? Okay, your company not going to purchase the machines. Are you getting my point? Your company not going to purchase the machines. It is your role that you have to okay create the machines into the AWS cloud computing. Okay, because we're going to learn that. Right. So it's your role as per the requirements of your development team or testing team or your production team. You're going to set up the infrastructure. Okay, if they're asking you, Sai, I need this EC2 virtual machine. Okay, which is my purpose is the computing. Okay, I need a high processor. Okay, this is also a reason. Okay, this is also configuration. They're saying that I need one machine. Okay, I need one virtual machine. In that virtual machine, I need the CPU. Okay, I need the 8 GB RAM. I need the 30 GB hard disk. Okay, and that machine I'm choosing for I need for gaming purpose. Okay, I need to run one gaming software. Okay, I need to develop one gaming software. Okay, for that purpose, I need one virtual machine. Okay, these are the networking settings. Okay, these are the networkings. Okay, and these are the softwares I require. Okay, please give the setup and give the requirement to me. So as a cloud engineer, what you'll do, you'll go to the AWS. You go to the AWS of your account, okay, of your company. You will set up the resources as per the requirement, because you know now, as we're going to learn what are all the resources we have. So you're going to learn all the resources. As per that, we will choose the requirement. As per the requirement, you will create the setup. Okay, you will install the packages. Okay, you install the packages if anything required. Okay, and you will give the credentials to your admin team. I mean development environment, or else the testing team, or else the production team. Okay, so that they will log in and they will start working on the missions. They'll start working on the missions. So in this flow, as a cost-effective manner, you should know which is the best resources to pick. Which is the best resources to pick, so that where the cost is getting low. Ultimately, you're going to save the cost of your management, of your organization. Let's say now the development team is working for 8 hours only. From morning 9 a.m. to from morning 9 a.m. to evening 5 p.m. they are working on the virtual machine that you have created in the AWS. Okay. So you are making certain automations. You are creating certain automations, or else, okay, it is your way that where you are stopping the machines, okay, automatically, or else by manually. Right? You are telling to the your development team, okay, once you're done with the work, please let me know. Or else you can also create some automations. Okay. So once the work is done, you can go and you can shut down, you can stop the machine. Because if it's continuously running, you have to pay. So when the work is done, you can stop the mission. You can shut down the missions. Right? You can start, you can stop the missions when the work is done. Right? So in this way, you are going to save the cost of your management. That is what the AWS Solution Architect Associate, Solution Architect Associate. It means you are giving the solution plan. Okay, you are giving the best solution. Okay, by giving the plan, right? In the AWS, using the AWS resources. Still, who are new to this class, who are not present in the previous, I mean, yesterday's lecture, please go and watch my recording class. Please go and watch my recording class. You will come to know what do you mean by cloud computing and what is the purpose of the AWS. What is the purpose of the cloud computing? Right? So if you understand the cloud computing, then the journey is easy. Okay, then the journey is easy. Right? So that is what my suggestion. Please go once again, visit the cloud computing. Then we're going to start the AWS from today. Right? So that was the journey. Now, what is the role of DevOps now? Okay, fine. So we are running the AWS. Okay, that is the role. We are picking the best resources, cost-effective manner. We are implementing the things as per the requirement of our team. Okay, dev environment, testing environment, production environment, pre-production staging environment. Okay, we are picking the resources. We are okay deploying the resources in the AWS instead of purchasing the physical hardware. Okay, instead of purchasing our own physical hardware, we are getting the resources from the AWS. Fine. Now, what is the role of the DevOps then? What the DevOps is doing? Yes. See the role of the DevOps. I think most of you know. That PUBG. PUBG is very famous game, right? I think most of you have even played PUBG game. Okay. See, PUBG is very popular game, right? So let's say every week PUBG is updating. Okay, every week you are getting the updates to update your software. You're getting my point? Every week, let's say every week, new features are adding to the PUBG. It means new coding. Okay, to the coding, they're adding new features to the coding. Okay, and they're deploying into the servers. Yesterday I covered what do you mean by server. Okay, what is the source code, object code, what is the package, and how they are moving into the servers, right? How to deploy the servers, and what is the purpose of the servers. We have seen yesterday. What is the protocol, port number, networking. Okay, what is IP addresses? We covered these topics yesterday. Let's say for the PUBG, okay, now they release one product, version 1, right? Version 1. Okay, now after 1 week, you are getting one more release. Okay, we are releasing one more product, like same, right? Version 2. For the same PUBG product, we are releasing version 2 for the PUBG. It means who are working in the background, the development team is working to develop the project, to develop the coding, to add the new features, and they are doing testing, and it's coming to the testing team. Okay, they are doing testing, and after doing the testing team, it will come to the pre-production, then it is come to the production environment to deploy. So altogether, it is taking, let's say, 2 weeks. Okay, 1 week to 2 weeks, right? Right. So in the waterfall method, earlier if you see in the waterfall method, I will going to tell you what do you mean by waterfall method. Okay, what do you mean by waterfall method or agile method? We're going to see that. But if you see this journey of the product from the source code to deploy into the servers, if you see this journey, it is taking certain time, right? Minimum 1 week to 10 days to release one product, to release a product or its updates or etc. Right. So this is what to reduce the time. Okay, 1 week is very high. Right. If you see the Amazon, if you know about the story of Amazon, you know Amazon. I think for every 11 seconds, I think every 11 minutes, it is releasing one product. Okay. Right. It has a release for every 11 minutes. I think 11 seconds or 11 minutes. Okay. The Amazon software has a release every 11 minutes. It means how fast it is making. It means releasing the product into the market. Releasing the product into the market means we have to do a lot of testing. And the development team and the testing team, they have to give the approval. Then it has to come to the production environment. Okay, we have to set up all the infrastructure, right? And it has to move all the stages. So to make it possible in this, okay, to make it possible to, okay, within a fast manner, okay, quick efficiency. Are you getting quick efficiency with a high quality? Okay, to release the product into the market, okay, in just like 1 to 2 days, or just like in hours. Okay, it is possible with the DevOps. Okay, it is possible with the DevOps because of the CI/CD, continuous integration, continuous delivery, or continuous deployment, whatever process we have. So now, who is the client to the DevOps engineer? If you become the DevOps engineer, who is the client to you? Your development team will become a client to you. Okay, your development team will become a client to you. Now the DevOps engineer, okay, now the developer team, okay, the software engineers will come to you. Okay, they will ask you, Sai, I am going to start this project. Okay, I need these requirements and all. What you will do? We will set up the infrastructure in the cloud. First thing, we will set up the infrastructure in the cloud. First thing, after the setting the infrastructure in the cloud, okay, as a DevOps engineer, along with that, you are also making certain automations. If you require any automations, you are setting the automations. Okay, and also you are creating like using the Terraform. Okay, to run the codes. Okay, to run the scripts, automation tools to deploy the infrastructure in the cloud and also the Ansible. Okay. And also you are using the Jenkins CI/CD, even because even the development team has to deploy the project into the servers to check the code. Okay. Who is developing, who is creating all the things? The DevOps engineer. Okay. So the same thing, you're also working with the testing team. You're also creating the same infrastructure. Okay. Using the DevOps tools. Okay. To make the things very fast, efficiency. So that's why you're using the DevOps tools for efficiency, right? In the fast manner, right? So that is what the DevOps engineer. Ultimately, the role of the DevOps engineer in a one word, ultimately the role of the DevOps engineer is the efficiency. Okay, efficiency, right? Make the things in a fast manner with a high quality in efficient manner. Okay, release the product into the market. Okay, in a fast manner, right? If you see one example, earlier to manufacture one car, it takes minimum 6 months. Okay, 3 months to 6 months. Now, if you see every day, okay, every week or every day, every 2 to 3 days, lot of cars are coming to the market because of the automation, because of using the tools, automation tools, because of work, okay, reducing the manual labor and using the tools, right? Using the tools to do the task, to do the repeated task. We are using the tools to reduce the manual labor, right? So that is what how the cars manufacturer is releasing the product into the market with a high quality, right? With a high quality, with a high efficiency, using the tools, support from the tools, using the support from the tools, right? So that is what in the same way in the DevOps also, with the support of the tools, you are making the things possible by integrating all the teams, by integrating the teamwork. Okay, you are making the things possible. Yes. So, sir, here we are learning these all automation scripts, and like you mentioned, see, buddy, we are learning the automation tools. The shell script, if you know about the shell script, if you think about the shell script, okay, shell script, I think in the next week I'm going to teach you what is mean by shell script. Okay, instead of doing the repeated task, we'll write the script once and you will execute that script multiple times. And if you are talking about the automation scripts, it means automation tools. I'm not talking about the automation scripts. I'm talking about the automation tools like Ansible. It's an automation tool. Okay, Terraform. It's an automation tool. Right? Yes. Even in the Jenkins also you can do automation. Okay. Right. In the Jenkins also we have the automation triggers. You can do automation triggers. Right. So wherever the automation there, we're going to see that automations. Are you getting my point? Wherever the automations are there, we're going to see that automations. Right. So that is what I emphasize, that if you want to learn the DevOps, first you have to be good in at least one cloud computing. Okay, if not AWS, please try to be good in that Azure, GCP. So why we are only learning the AWS? It means, as I shown you the yesterday report, okay, as I shown you the yesterday record, AWS is a global leading cloud computing service provider. It is not by me. Okay, it is not telling by me. It is as per the report from the Gartner. Okay, it was from the Gartner report. You can see it is the Gartner report. Right, as of July 2021, if you see the leaderboard, AWS is the top. It means AWS is the global leading cloud computing service provider in the market, followed by Microsoft Azure and the Google Cloud Platform from the Google. Next by the Alibaba, Oracle, IBM, etc. Because AWS started its service way back in the 2000, okay, 2006, right? So it is a global leading. Almost all of the companies, if you see, most of the companies are already shifted to AWS. That is better if you have the AWS knowledge. And one more thing I'm assuring you, okay, if you learn the AWS here properly, the same concepts are there in the Azure. Okay, same concepts, because we are focusing on the concepts. First thing, okay, we are focusing on the concepts. The same concepts you can see in the Azure, in the GCP. Only the terms are different. Only the terminology is different, right? Only the terminology is different. Okay, but remaining the same concepts are same. Okay, it means what I mean to say, easily you can also shift to the Azure. If you want to learn the Azure, okay, your company is asking for you Azure within, okay, hardly within 1 week, it's enough to clear the Azure. Okay, to see the Azure. Okay, that is what I'm promising you. Okay, because the same concepts. Okay, because parallel, because I am also working for the Azure also, because I know I'm working for the Azure also. I've seen, because it is not even taken much time to me. Okay, when I was started learning the AWS or Devops, whatever may be, when I started working the Azure, it's not even taken me hardly at least 1 week, because the same concept is same, just the terms are different, same terminology. Okay, application is also same, implementation is also same, just the terminology is different. Okay, just the terminology is different. So that is the thing. Fine. I hope I cleared almost all the queries from your side. So we'll jump into the today's lecture, right? We'll try to jump into the today's lecture, right? So, well, before moving to the today's lecture, let me take 2 minutes time. Okay, let me take just 2 to 3 minutes time what we discussed yesterday, right? Just revisiting the yesterday's concepts, just 2 to 3 minutes time. First, we've seen the SDLC, okay, for software development life cycle. What are the life cycle process we have? Okay, requirement and analysis, then implementation team. After that, we have seen the requirement analysis, design and planning, then the implementation. In that implementation, we have the software engineers who are doing the coding, okay, who are doing the coding, and then we have went to the infrastructure issues. Okay, what are the infrastructure that they are required? Source code, object code, package, and what is the server, client server architecture, protocol, port number. Okay, IP address we have covered in this way. Then we came to the testing team, and also then we came to the production team, and also monitoring team. So that is what we have seen. And after that, we have covered the cloud computing. Right? What do you mean by cloud computing? On-demand delivery of IT resources, right, over the internet or virtually in a pay-as-you-go model. To this, I given one good example yesterday. If you are, again, I'm telling you, if you are new to this class, please kindly go to the yesterday's class and watch the recording session. If you don't know how to get the recording session, let me show you once again. Okay, this is a website, Logic Lab Technology. Okay, this is a website, okay, logiclabtech.com. You can see my name as Sai. Okay, 8 weeks program. Yesterday, it was started like yesterday, weekend only. You can see here. See, day one. It means yesterday's recording class. Okay, you can get this attachment from here. Okay, you can watch the yesterday's recording class. Right? So we have covered the cloud computing. Right? We have seen the cloud computing in the yesterday's recording class. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to learn one concept called virtualization. Okay, today we're going to see what is virtualization. Okay, and what are the what are the disadvantages here? Okay, what is the virtualization? Okay, what are the advantages and disadvantages? If you know the disadvantages, it means it is one issue, right? Disadvantage is one issue, right? To overcome this disadvantage, okay, to overcome this disadvantage, we have the concept called containerization. Okay, containerization concept, okay, which is where we are using the Docker, okay, in the Docker tool. Okay, it is a concept. See, this is the concept. To implement this concept, we are using the tools. Okay, this is a concept, a process. Let's say this is a concept, a process, or technology. To implement this concept, to implement this process, we are using the tools. The same way DevOps is also the concept of process or culture. Okay. To implement this DevOps culture, we are using the tools. Are you getting? To implement this DevOps process, we are taking the support from the tools. Okay. Here also containerization is a concept. We are using the Docker tool to implement this concept. Are you getting my point? To implement this concept, this process or this methodology, we are taking the support of the tool to implement the things. Okay, to implement the things. So today in our lecture, we're going to see this. We're going to see what is a virtualization because it is the foundation for the cloud computing. Okay, this is acting as a foundation. virtualization is acting, okay, like a foundation for our cloud computing. Okay. So after this, we're going to learn, okay, 4 types of deployment models. And 3 types of service models. Right. So once we're done with this cloud computing, so till here it is the concepts of cloud computing. So yesterday what I taught, okay, and these things are the cloud computing concepts. Okay, these are the cloud computing concepts. So once we're done with these cloud computing concepts, we're going to start the AWS services. Okay, we're going to see the AWS. Okay, first we'll focus on the AWS infrastructure. Okay, AWS infrastructure, right? So in this AWS infrastructure, we're going to see the regions, availability zone, and data centers, edge locations. Okay, we're going to understand this. And along with this, we're going to understand few concepts called like few terms. Okay, fault tolerance, high availability, low latency. These terms. Okay, we're going to see these terms. Okay. Once we finish these terms, we're going to understand the ways to access the AWS resources. Okay, ways. What are the general ways? We are going to see 3 ways. 3 ways to access our AWS resources. Let me take new page. So what are the 3 ways to access our AWS resources? So we're going to discuss after this. Okay. Like we are using the AWS Management Console, and AWS CLI, okay, command line interface, and AWS SDKs. Okay, AWS SDK. Right. So after this discussion, we'll start. Okay, we'll start the labs with tools. Okay, we'll start the labs with tools. It means we'll start from MFA. First, we'll discuss what is MFA. Okay, then we'll start the EC2. Okay, EC2. Then we'll start the key pair. What do you mean by key pair? Okay, so we're going to see all a couple of things. So, like this. Okay, we start. Okay, after the discussion of this. Okay, then we'll start the labs with tools. Okay, with AWS tools. Right, we'll try to understand all the AWS tools in the labs. Okay, what is MFA? What is EC2? Okay, how to launch our Linux virtual machine. Okay, in the Linux virtual machine also we have the number of ways. How to do SSH? What do you mean by SSH? Okay, how to log into a Linux operating system? What do you mean by Linux? How it evolved? Okay, how to do SSH? Right, and how to do SSH, like how to do RDP to our Windows. We're going to see this. Once we know how to do this with the key pair, then we're going to learn the Linux commands. Okay, the basics Linux commands and the file permissions, how to create the users, groups, file permissions, etc., etc. So after we're done with this, okay, we'll cover the EC2 dashboard. Okay, we'll see the EC2 dashboard, and we'll cover the S3 dashboard. Okay, we'll cover the IAM dashboard. Okay, we'll cover the Route 53 dashboard. See, I'm calling it as dashboard. It means we have a lot of services. This is a main important component, important tool. In this tool, we have almost like 10 to 15 tools, sub tools. Okay, the pricing methods, the types of instances we have. These are very important for the exams. Okay, and also we have the launch template, launch configuration. Okay, launch template, launch configuration, elastic IP here. We have to learn this elastic IP concept. We have to learn the security group here. Okay, and after this, we're going to learn the autoscaling group, target group, okay, load balancer, right? What is the instance states? Okay, what is the actions that we have? What are the actions that we have? And what is the user data? Okay, like this, under the EC2, we're going to cover almost like 10 to 15 subtools. And here also S3 dashboard means under the S3 also we're going to see a couple of things. Okay, what is a bucket? What is the object? Okay, what are the bucket like object storage classes? Okay, what are the object storage classes? What are the lifecycle rules? Okay, what are the cross-region replication or replication rules we have? Okay, and after that we are seeing the static website hosting, right? And we have the encryption. What are the types of encryptions we have? Okay, what are the permissions we have? Set of permissions like block public access, bucket policy, okay, access control list. Okay, we have a couple of things here, right? In the IAM section, IAM dashboard, it is a security level. Okay, it is a permissions. We're going to see the IAM users, groups, policies, okay, password policies, right? Roles. Okay, we're going to cover a couple of things. In the Route 53, we're going to see the domain name. Okay, domain name registration. Okay, hosted zone, right? Record, alias. Okay, policies. Okay, domain name policies. Okay, we have the policies here. Simple policy, weighted policy. Okay, geometric, like geographical, geo-proximity policies. We have certain policies here. So after clearing this, we're going to see the database. Okay, we're going to start from what is data and what is database, what is DBMSs we have, and the DBMS from what you're going to get from the AWS. Okay, like relational database, non-relational database. From the relational database, we have the Amazon Aurora. Okay, relational database, MySQL, PostgreSQL. So we're going to see how to create the database. Okay, how to work with the database and the non-relational database like DynamoDB. We're going to see the couple of things from the databases, right? See everything, and after this, yes, after thing, one more important concept called networking, which is very core pillar of the AWS. In the networking, okay, in the networking concept also, we're going to cover all the dashboard of networking. So in this dashboard, we're going to see what is the VPC, what is the subnet, what is the internet gateway, what is the route table, okay, and what is the direct connect, okay, and what is the like VPN connection, what is the peering connection. Peering is very important because I've seen a couple of interviews. Okay, peering connection, it's a most probable interview question in the technical round. Okay, so peering connection, we're going to see what is the peering connection. Okay, and after that, we're going to see the NACL, network access control list, how to block the IP addresses. These are like acting like a security firewall. Okay, the subnet level, we're going to cover the NACL, right? We're going to see the bash and host. Okay, and NAT gateway. So these are all the dashboard from this networking dashboard. We're going to cover all these things. Yes, one more important thing, CIDR. What do you mean by CIDR range? Okay, what do you mean by CIDR range? And what do you mean by RFC document? RFC 1918. Okay. So what this document is saying about what do you mean by CIDR range? So under networking concepts, we're going to cover all these things. Okay, in detail. And along with this in AWS, we're going to see the SNS, simple notification system. Okay, SQS, CloudWatch. Okay, CloudWatch and the Lambda. Right. So like this, we're going to cover a couple of things. Okay, this is what our plan of action to cover all the dashboards with a full fledged. Okay, so once we're done with this AWS, then we'll go to the DevOps. Okay, first we'll see what is in the SDLC to implement the standard operating procedure of SDLC. What are the methods? Traditional method we have waterfall method. Okay, we used to use the waterfall method. Okay, right? Only one way, right? Which is a long time, right? Now the companies are shifted to agile method. Okay, in this agile method, okay, they divided the task. Okay, they divide the entire project into tasks, right? Like models. Okay, even that models into tasks, right? So in the agile method, like we have the sprints. Okay, in the agile method, we have the sprints. Okay, prototypes, etc. So now using this agile method, even the agile method has certain disadvantages. Using this methodology also, we have certain disadvantages. It means certain backlogs. Okay, certain uncomfortable. So to overcome this, we are using the DevOps process here. It means using this agile method, we are implementing, okay, we are using the DevOps process, DevOps culture. using this agile methodology of SDLC. So in this DevOps process, to implement this DevOps process, we are taking the support from the tools. Okay, we are taking the support from the tools. All right. So with these tools, which is reducing the manpower, which is the efficiency way we are doing the task, right? The developers or the testing team or the production team, which are high efficiency, they are doing the task with the high quality, with the support of the tools. Okay, with integrating all the environments. Okay, like continuous integration. It means we are integrating the dev environment with the testing team. Okay, dev environment with the testing and the deploying into the servers. Okay, which is a continuous integration. Okay, and continuous deployment or continuous delivery. So using the DevOps tools, it is making the things possible. Okay, with the efficient manner. Right? This is our journey. Okay, this is our flow of action. So now you might ask, Sai, then why it is required to learn this AWS? Why don't we jump directly to the DevOps? See, if you see the employer, nowadays, the employer, they are looking for the DevOps engineer. Okay, they're looking for the DevOps engineer who have the knowledge on the cloud, who have the knowledge, okay, in the cloud. It means this employer need not to again recruit the AWS. Are you getting my point? This employer, again, he need not to recruit the AWS. It means it is a bonanza to them, like who have the DevOps, okay, who have the DevOps tools knowledge, and if, along with the DevOps tools, okay, if you know the AWS, any cloud, not only AWS, any cloud knowledge, okay, like AWS, Azure, or GCP. So it is acting like a value added benefit. Okay, easily the employer will recruit you if you have the knowledge on the both. Right. So that is what happening in the real market. Okay, in the real market. Right. So now I hope you understand the picture. Okay. Now I hope you understand what we're going to do in a couple of weeks, next couple of weeks, what we're going to do. I hope you have certain clarity now. Right. I hope you have certain clarity. Right. So now we'll move into the today's lecture. Okay, we'll move into the today's lecture as per our agenda. First, we're going to discuss about the virtualization. Right. First, we're going to discuss about the virtualization. If you understand the virtualization advantages and the disadvantages, this is going to help us. Due to these disadvantages, we have the concept called containerization, which is helping the Docker tool. So first, we're going to see the what is meant by virtualization now. Yes. So here, to understand what you mean by virtualization, let me take one simple example. Okay, let me take one simple example. Okay, this is our computer. Okay, this is our CPU. RAM, hard disk. Upon that, we are in the operating system. Right? Upon that, we are in the operating system. And upon that, we are running the applications, softwares. Okay, let's say in our laptop, okay, in our computer, let's say there are 15 softwares are running. 15 softwares are running. Okay. All the softwares are dependent on our hardware, the computer hardware, underlying hardware. Okay. And OS is acting as a support to all the applications, to all the 15 softwares. Okay. OS is running. Before this, let me show you. This is the hardware. Okay. Like CPU, RAM, hard disk. Upon the hardware, we are using the operating system. In this operating system, the main core component is the kernel. Okay. See, directly we are not talking with the operating system. Okay, directly we are not talking with the operating system. Okay, we are talking with the operating system, with the shell. Okay, with the shell. So how we are interacting with the shell? whether the terminal. Okay, it means the commands. Okay, terminal interface using the commands, or else the graphical user interface. Okay, graphical user interface. Graphical user it is a user. Okay, it is a user. Now, there is one question to me. Okay, there is one question from my side. Let me know how many operating system do you know? The base operating systems. What are the base operating systems that you know? Yes. What are the operating systems that you know? I can see one chart. What is shell? See, buddy, you can see shell is the programming. Okay, which is a computer program. Okay. See, between the user and the operating system. Okay, between the user and the operating system, it is acting like an interface because directly we are not talking with the operating system. Okay, directly we are not talking with the operating system. It is like a computer program where it is acting like an interface between you and the operating system. Okay, buddy. So if you see here, okay, if you see here, okay, how I can interact with my operating system? Currently, if you see here, okay, this is my laptop. Okay, this is my laptop. Okay, currently in my laptop. Okay, and it is a Windows operating system, right? This is a Windows OS. Okay, so in this Windows OS, okay, how I am talking with the OS, how I am talking with this operating system functionality, there are two ways. There are two ways where I am talking with the operational system. Okay, with the OS. So one is a command prompt. The first thing is a command prompt. Okay, I can open the command prompt. Okay, which is called as terminal. Okay, you can see the Windows PowerShell. Okay, which is a computer program where it is taking the commands. Okay, see currently where I am. Okay, in the C drive, users and the GUDAs. Okay, this command prompt where it is located. What is the present working directory? Present working folder. Okay, it is interacting with the C drive. Inside the C drive, users and the GUDAs. Okay, let me show you that. So this is a graphical user interface. See, this is all the graphical user interface. Let me go to the C drive, users and the GUDAs. So currently I am here, right? Currently I am the here. Okay, which is the graphical user interface. It means using the graphical way or the command prompt. Okay, we are interacting with our shell, which is a computer program acting as an interface between the you and the operating system. Okay, core operating system. Okay, buddy. So here through the command prompt, see currently, okay, see the users GUDA. Even in the graphical way, where I am currently, the see the users GUDA. Okay, now let's say I want to create one directory. Okay, let's say I want to create one folder. Okay, make directory, make one folder for Logic Labs. See Logic Labs. Is it created here? See Logic Labs just now created, right? So here also I can create the folder. Do you agree? From here also to the graphical user interface, I can create the folder here. So this is what I'm communicating with my operating system in the two ways. Okay, one is the graphical user interface. Okay, one is the graphical user interface and one is the terminal. Okay, to interact with the terminal. Okay, once I am saying you to interact with the terminal. Okay, right? To interact with the terminal, we should understand certain command. Okay, we should understand certain commands. Okay, in the both the way, they're going to trigger the shell. Okay, in the both the ways, they're going to trigger the shell. Okay, the Windows PowerShell, where it is intent interacting with the operating system kernel. Okay, right? So that is what the flow. Okay, that is what the flow to interact with our operating systems. Okay, to interact with our operating systems. So why I'm emphasizing here? Why I'm emphasizing here? See, most of the Windows operating system are graphical user interface. Right? If you go with the Windows operating system, it comes with the graphical user interface. It means for the graphical user interface, it required highly storage. Okay, it required high storage. Okay, high CPU performance because of its graphical nature. It means overall its performance is very low. Its performance is quite low. because of its high storage capacity. Okay, high storage it is taking for the program files, and also because of its processor. Okay, because of the processing the graphical in nature. Okay, so we have the two interface. One is the command interface. Okay, command interface. One is the graphical user interface. So most of the Windows operating system, it is coming with the graphical user interface. Okay, where it is required high storage. Okay, and also high processing, right? And if you see here, one more thing. Okay, these are all the basics I want to clear before I would like to go to the main topic. The other things. And if you see the operating systems, what are the two main operating systems we have? Say I'm saying two main operating systems. Are you getting my point? I'm saying we have the two main operating systems. What do you mean by that? What are the two main operating systems? My tool says, Sai, you are wrong. We don't have even two. Okay, we have the lot. Right? Windows, Mac, Linux, Ubuntu, etc., etc. Right? But I am saying that there are the only two main basic operating systems. What are the two main basic operating systems? Anyone? Any idea? What are the two main basic operating systems? Two main basic OS that we have. Linux, yes. Windows. So Linux and Windows, yes. But here, Ambush, good. Okay, good attempt. But I want to clear one thing. Okay, it is a Unix. Okay, Unix and the Windows. They are the two core operating systems that we have. Okay, in the Windows, we have the different versions. Windows 7, Windows 9, or Windows 11, Windows 10, etc. Right? So how the versions we got? Just a moment. Yes, sorry for the inconvenience. See, if you see the Windows 7, Windows 10, Windows 11, okay, the base is the Windows. Okay, the base is the Windows. So how we got the Windows 7, Windows 10, and Windows 11? Using the Windows as a base. Okay, using the Windows OS as a base. Okay. So in the Windows 7, if you observe, 90% is a base from the Windows. 90% is the base from the Windows. Adding certain features to the base, we got the Windows 11. Adding certain features to the base, we got the Windows 9. Okay, like this, we have the Windows 7. So out of the Unix, okay, which is, okay, if you see the Windows, okay, if you see the Windows, which is not free, it means you have to purchase a Windows license, right? You have to purchase a Windows license, okay, to use the OS from the Microsoft. Okay, it means which is not free. And also not an, okay, okay, it's open, okay, its source code is not open. Its source code is not open. What do you mean by source code? Yesterday I told you what do you mean by source code? Okay, the computer program, the set of instructions, okay, the code that is used to develop the Windows operating system, the programming, okay, which is not open. It means you cannot get the source code, which is not in public, okay, which is not the public, right? It is highly secure. Okay, the source code is not open to the public, okay, not open to public, right? Okay, that is the thing. If you see the Unix, if you see this Unix, which is a free and open source code, open source code. It means free of cost. You can use this Unix operating system, okay, Unix OS, the free of cost, and it is also open source code. It means the source code, the programming language, the computer program that is used to develop this Unix operating system, it is open. It is open to public. Okay, it is open to public. It means any public, okay, can copy the source code, can do modifications as per the requirement, can use the operating system. Okay, the source code is open to the public, right? Here, out of this Unix, in the way back in the 1980s, okay, in the 1990s, okay, we have the Linux. Linux is developed. Out of the Unix, Linux OS is developed. Okay, see, if you ask the question who developed the Linux OS, definitely most of the people will say Linus Torvalds. But the Linus Torvalds, as a person, he only developed the kernel, the core component of the OS. Okay, Linux kernel, core component of the OS. What do you mean by kernel? It is a core component of your operating system, right? Core component of your operating system, right? So the Linus Torvalds, he's developed the kernel of your Linux operating system. And later, few people with the packages and the dependencies, they develop the full-fledged Linux. But how the Linux got? What is the base for the Linux? The Unix. Okay, because which is the open source code, right? The computer program is open for the Unix. So using this source code, they done certain modifications and they developed the Linux operating system. Similarly, our Mac, you know, our Mac iOS, like our Mac operating system, the source code they are taken from the Unix only. The source code they are taken from the Unix only, the Mac OS. Right, buddy? So that is the thing. And if you see that, okay, etc. Okay, there are a couple of things, okay, etc. And using the Linux, even the Linux operating system also free and open source. Okay, even this Linux also free source, okay, free tool. Anyone can download the Linux operating system and they can use. And which is also open source code. It means the source code is also open to public. So using this benefit, okay, taking this as an advantage, out of the Linux, we have certain operating systems. Okay, we have few more operating systems in the market. Okay, like Amazon Linux. Okay, Amazon Linux, Ubuntu, CentOS from the community. Okay, group of community people. The group of community, they came together to develop the operating system. Right, we are going to CentOS. And we have the Red Hat Entrepreneur. Why I'm calling it as Red Hat Entrepreneur? It's a company, okay, where it also going to give the background support, backend support to you. Where you have to pay minimum charges, they'll give the backend support for your operating system. Okay, CentOS, Ubuntu, Red Hat, Amazon Linux, etc. Okay, Debian. Etc. So it's clear to everyone now? It's clear to everyone. So using Unix as a base, okay, using Unix as a base, we have the Linux, Mac OS, etc. And now the using Linux, okay, using the Linux as a base, we have the other operating systems in the market. Okay, other operating systems in the market. The same concept, okay, this is the advantage. This is the advantage we can see in the Docker tool. When we're going to learn the Docker, the same concept we're going to see in the Docker. Because out of this advantage, there is one advantage. Using this as an advantage, we have the Docker concept, Docker tool, which is a OS level containerization. Okay, OS level containerization, right? These things you should know. Okay, these things you should know because they are the basics. Okay, these things you should know. Now we'll see what do you mean by virtualization. Okay, now we'll see what do you mean by virtualization, right? Let's say in my laptop, there are the 10 applications are running in my laptop. Okay, CPU, RAM, hard disk. Hard disk also we have the two types, HDD and SSD. Okay, the same thing we're going to see in the AWS also. Okay, we have the CPU, RAM, and the hard disk, and upon that we have the operating system. Okay, and upon that we are running the applications, softwares. Okay, let's say other 10 softwares. And all the 10 softwares, if I run all 10 softwares, it is depend on the underlying hardware, right? Because if I'm running the Amazon, if I open the Amazon shopping, okay, it requires the CPU to process the data, right? CPU for processing to execute the data because it is a programming language. Okay, it is a programming file. Okay, programming package, right? To execute the data, right? We need the CPU for the processing the data, and we need the RAM, and we need the hard disk as well to store the data, right? To store the data. So if all the 10 applications are running, okay, let me show you one image from a PPT. So traditionally, how the applications are running, if you see here, traditional computing, how we are using the traditionally, okay, means currently how we are using like hardware, and upon the hardware we have the operating system, and all applications are running, right? It means all applications simultaneously they are dependent on the hardware. Okay, they depend on the hardware. Let's say my laptop has the 8 GB RAM. Okay, my laptop has the 8 GB RAM. Okay, and let's say 100 GB hard disk. Out of 8 GB RAM, I don't know which application is using the resources in a proper manner. Are you getting my point? Okay, and let's say 12 core CPU, 12 core CPU capacity. Out of all applications, okay, it means all applications are having a conflict among them. All applications having a conflict among them to use these resources. Okay, to use these resources. One application is using, let's say one application is using 2 GB RAM. Okay, one application is using 1 GB RAM. Right, one application is using only 0.5 GB RAM. And one application is using 4 GB RAM, let's say. So between the applications, let's say this application is, let's say, quite updated, and it needs a lot of processing. Okay, it needs a lot of processing and it requires more RAM. Okay, let's say it requires more RAM. It means among the applications, it is having a conflict among them. Okay, to get interact with the underlying hardware, with the single operating system. It means what I mean to say, what I'm trying to say, there is an inefficiency in using the resources, my underlying hardware, because I don't know which resources are using the resources, which applications are using the underlying hardware in a proper way, right? In the full-fledged, right? So there is a concept of inefficiency, okay? Because all the applications are running with a common operating system. Okay, even I can see the performance of the application is down sometimes. Sometimes I can notice the performance of application is down, right? So to overcome such issues, okay, currently we are using the concept called virtualization. So with this concept, what I'm doing, okay, with this concept, what I'm using, just see here, the same laptop, okay, with the hardware, CPU, RAM, and the hard disk. Because in this concept, my underlying hardware resources are using inefficiently. Okay, using inefficiently because one application is using 1 GB one time and it is only using 0.3 GB another time. Okay, based on the processing, it is using different capacity of the resources. Okay, where is the inefficiency? Okay, where you can see the inefficiency and the performance of the application is also coming down sometimes. So what I'm doing upon the operating system, I am using the concept called virtualization layer. I'm using the concept called virtualization. Okay, concept called virtualization. To implement this virtualization, okay, I'm taking the support from the tools in the form of softwares. Okay, to implement this virtualization concept, I'm taking the support from the tools. Okay, the software which from where I can implement the virtualization concept. Then what is meant by virtualization? Virtualization is nothing but it is an allocation or allocation or reserving the underlying hardware of our physical machines. Underlying hardware components or resources of our physical machine. Right, physical machines, right? So what does mean allocating or reserving? This is very important term here. Allocating or reserving. Let's say there is one application, let's say Amazon. To this Amazon, okay, to run it more efficiently, what I'm doing, okay, this Amazon, okay, let's say this Amazon application, it required 2 CPU capacity, 2 GB RAM, okay, 10 GB hard disk. Okay, so to run this application, what I'm doing, I'm allocating the resources. Okay, I'm reserving the resources from my underlying hardware. From here, I'm allocating the resources to the Amazon application separately. And upon the hardware, see, this is a general combination, right? OS, operating system, hardware, and the software. Now to run the software, I am allocating my underlying hardware. Okay, and also I'm installing one unique operating system, one independent operating system. So this operating system entirely belongs to this Amazon. Okay, it means this Amazon application, okay, has the independent operating system, right? It means this OS is completely working for the Amazon. This OS is completely working for the Amazon separately, and it is already have its own independent resources, right? It means we are allocating, we are reserving our underlying hardware resources of our physical machines. So this machine, this now it is acting like a machine. Now it is together acting like a machine, like software, operating system, and the hardware. Okay, together we can call it as a machine. It means inside the physical machine, we have the virtual machine. Inside our physical machine, we have the virtual machine. It means independent machine, right? So with this concept, what is happening? You're going to use the resources very efficiently manner. Are you getting my point? Okay, because you are allocating the resources properly to the applications. So with this concept, what happening? You're going to save your resources. You're going to use the resources very efficiently manner, right? So if you see the PPT, with this virtualization layer, okay, the software that we're using for every application, it has its own independent OS and the resources also. Okay, underlying hardware resources also. Okay, underlying hardware resources also. Right. So altogether, it is acting like a virtual machine. Altogether, it is acting like a virtual machine inside your physical machine. Okay, inside your physical machine. Now, what exactly the virtualization? If you see this document, I'm going to share this document with you. Okay, it is a process. As I told you, it is a method, it is a concept, it is a technology. Okay, which is allowing for more efficient utilization of physical computer hardware, which is acting like a foundation of cloud computing, foundation for the cloud computing. Because why I'm emphasizing here? Because the other day when I spoke with my student who is currently doing the job, this is the question they had asked. Okay, even in the DevOps also, they want to check your basics. Okay, this was the question they put to my student asking, what is the foundation for the cloud computing? Virtualization. Okay, in the virtualization concept, okay, that is the foundation, right? I'll tell you exactly how it is working. Right, I'll tell you how exactly it is working. But now, are you got okay? Did you got any clarity? What do you mean virtualization? So with the virtualization, what we can do? We can allocate the resources. Right? It is acting like abstract layer. Okay, with the virtualization, you can create multiple virtual computers. With the virtualization concept, like this, you can create multiple virtual machines. Right? With this layer, okay, you can allocate the resources, you can create multiple virtual machines. Right? It's clear to everyone, no? What do you mean by virtualization? Yes, it's clear to everyone. Okay, in this concept, we are using the software. So using the software, we are creating one layer. Okay, we are creating one layer. So with this layer, which is going to interact with your computer hardware. Okay, where we can create multiple virtual machines, commonly called virtual machines, right? So which each OEM, okay, which each virtual machine runs its own operating system and behaves like an independent computer. So in this computer, you can just run your applications. Okay, you can run your applications. Right, buddy? It's clear to everyone now? What do you mean by virtualization? What do you mean by the concept? So here we are using the tool called hypervisor. Okay, it is a software, it is a tool. Okay, upon the operating system, if you install the software, okay, from the physical hardware, you can allocate your resources to these virtual machines. Okay, upon that, this is the guest operating system. You can install the operating system. Okay, required operating system like Linux, Windows, etc. And upon that, you can run the applications. Okay, which is acting like an independent machine, which is acting like a virtual machine. Right, it's a virtual machine 1, virtual machine 2. Okay, so with this hypervisor, with this virtualization concept, okay, with this virtualization concept, we are imitating. Okay, we are imitating our physical hardware. Okay, we are imitating our physical hardware resources. Okay, guys, it's clear to everyone. Any doubts here? Any doubts? Any confusions? Any queries? Before we move further.
I have a doubt here.
Yeah, Mohammed. Yes.
Yeah. So in this operating system, we have the gust OS, right? After virtualization. So which will be the actual OS? The application which is residing on the gust OS will be the OS, or in the real world scenario,
Mhm.
which one is
It
going
will
to be
it
the
will be any OS. Okay, it will be any OS. Okay, I'm going to show you in really. Okay, I'm going to show you in the reality. Okay, in the real practicals from the AWS. Okay, but now you understand what you mean by virtualization, everyone, because I want to show some practical here. So important reality way to understand this. Now you understand everyone what do you mean by virtualization. So with the virtualization, we can imitate our hardware resources. Okay, we can share our physical hardware resources. Now it's clear to everyone now. With the virtualization layer, okay, we can distribute our physical underlying physical computer hardware resources to the independent machines. Okay, we can create our independent machines. Now it's clear, everyone. Clear, it's clear to everyone. I need the confirmation. So we're going to see, Mohammed. Okay, we're going to see what things are. Everyone, it's clear to everyone. What is virtualization? So in the same way, okay, in the same way, as I told you, it is acting like a foundation. It is acting like a foundation for the cloud computing. It is acting like a foundation for the cloud computing. How it is acting like a foundation for the cloud computing? This is what we're going to see now. Okay, this is what I want to include this topic here. Okay, I want to include this topic here. Now let's say from my laptop, just think that I'm in front of my laptop, right? I'm in front of my laptop. In the laptop, I enter the AWS console. Okay, AWS console login page. Okay, AWS console login page. Immediately, I need one machine. Okay, I need one computer. I need one computer. Okay, I need one machine. Instead of purchasing the machine by investing 1 lakh rupees, instead of purchasing one more computer by investing 1 lakh rupees, what I will go, I have the option to go to the cloud computing like AWS. So where it is providing the IT resources to me. Okay, where it is providing all the IT resources to me, like compute, storage, networking, etc. Okay, in the pay-as-you-go model, is the rental services for the internet. Okay, where the AWS is providing all the IT resources to me over the internet in a rental, so in a rental way, in a pay-as-you-go model. Now I am in my laptop. I open the AWS console page. Okay, see in the AWS also the Amazon Web Services, what they done across the global, they constructed the physical hardware. Are you getting my point? Across the global, the AWS have multiple buildings. Across the global, the AWS have big infrastructure. Okay, in the buildings called data centers. These buildings were called as data centers. Let me take very big, because I want to explain something here. Okay, let's say this is the building, physically located. This building I am called as data center. Inside this data center, AWS have created, okay, inside the data center, AWS have created one big machine. Okay, big machines. Okay, big machines. We are called as host computer. Host computer. Inside the host computer, okay, let's say this is the CPU, RAM, hard disk. CPU, RAM, let's say RAM is a 1000 GB RAM, let's say, example, 1000 GB RAM. It's a big computer. Okay, and hard disk is 1 terabyte of hard disk. So 1 terabyte, 1 TB of hard disk, let's say. Upon this hardware components, it has its OS, operating system. Upon the OS, they are going with the concept called virtualization. Okay, what do you mean by virtualization? With this virtualization concept, they can allocate the resources to the virtual machines, independent machines. Now from the AWS console, from my side, what I'm doing, okay, in the AWS console, okay, I went to the AWS console and I'm asking to the AWS console, I need one machine, I need one virtual machine, okay, I need one machine with 2 CPU capacity, with 8 GB RAM, okay, with the 8 GB RAM, with the Linux. Mohammed, you're going to get your answer here. okay, with the Linux OS, with the 30 GB hard disk. 30 GB hard disk immediately. Okay, I'm giving this configuration. Okay, I'm selecting this configuration in the AWS console in one of the dashboard. So from where I'm going to get all these resources to me? Okay, of course, you're going to get virtually. You're going to get virtually your machine. That is what virtual machine to you. You're going to get this machine with this combination virtually. That is what virtual machine. But exactly where you are getting all these resources, CPU, RAM, okay, Linux OS hard disk from the host computer. It means what are the requirements you are asking here? It is going to allocate from here. It is going to allocate from here. Okay, here it's going to allocate 2 CPU capacity out of its CPU, and out of 1000 GB RAM, you're going to get 8 GB RAM as per your request. And out of 1 TB hard disk, you're going to get 30 GB hard disk as per your request. And also, you're also getting the OS. You go, okay, with your request, the Amazon is also getting the OS operating system to you. Right. So using this as a virtual machine, you can run the applications. You can run your own applications. Right, buddy? From my account, I created the virtual machine. Let's say, Mohammed, from your account also, you may create, let's say you need Windows operating system. Okay, your requirement is different. Windows OS. Okay, you need 1 CPU capacity. Okay, for Windows, you need, okay, 16 GB RAM, let's say. Okay, 100 GB hard disk. Based on the requirement, you will get one more virtual machine to you. Right, Mohammed? Okay. So how you are getting the hardware components? From the underlying hardware. How the underlying or how they are allocating the underlying hardware resources to you? Through the concept called virtualization. This is how we are getting the resources to us, which are actually physically located inside the data centers. It's clear to everyone now how it is acting like a foundation of virtualization. If you see the data centers, AWS data centers, this data centers. See, if you see, this is how the AWS data center looks like. So very big infrastructure, a lot of infrastructures physically located. From here, with the virtualization concept, they are imitating their hardware resources. They are reserving, they are allocating, they are sharing their hardware components to us over the internet. Over the internet. Okay. Okay, guys. It's clear to everyone now. See, this is the building. Inside the building, you can see all the components. From here, we are going to get the resources over the internet. So that is why you need not to purchase anything. You just use the resources and pay as per the usage. That is what pay as you go model. So how it is possible now with the virtualization concept? What do you mean by virtualization? It is imitating the hardware, physical hardware resources. It means allocating or reserving the physical hardware resources to the independent virtual machines, where it is having its okay, where it is having its own OS, own operating system. Okay, let me wait here for 2 minutes, couple of minutes, and I want to see your queries. I want to take your clarity on this. Okay, guys. So it's clear to everyone now. Guys, it's clear to everyone. Okay, let me show one thing. Okay, then I will take the queries. See, I have login here, right? AWS Management Console. See, from my website, okay, from my laptop, I'm logging to the AWS console. So this is my account. I'm logging. So inside the AWS, see now from my laptop, I open the AWS web page. So this is my account. See, I need one urgently. I need one virtual machine. Okay, urgently I need one Windows OS. So I went to here this dashboard. So I'm launching one virtual machine. I will show you. Okay, how to do all these steps. I will show you. See, I'm giving one tag like Windows OS. Okay, I'm giving one tag like Windows OS. So here under the AMI, I'm selecting the operating system. I need the Windows OS. So all Windows. Sorry. See, that is why I told you this concept. OS category, you can see all Linux and Unix and all Windows. Are you getting my point? In the OS category, you can see the only the two basic OS. One is the Windows, one is the Unix or Linux. Right? If you see under the Unix or Linux, you can see Amazon Linux, Mac OS. See, under the Linux or Unix, you have the Mac OS. That is why I cleared this concept. Okay. Yes. See all Windows you can see. Now I'm choosing any Windows. Okay. Any OS based on the requirement base. I selected the Windows OS to my virtual machine. So upon that, I need 1 CPU capacity and 1 GB RAM. Let's say I need 1 GB RAM, 1 CPU capacity. So these are credentials, login credentials. Okay. I will tell you what it is. Okay, in the upcoming lectures, we're going to discuss. For the timing, I want to let you know. I created the login credentials like username and the password with this. Okay, this is the networking settings. We're going to discuss what you mean networking settings, and this is the hard disk. Okay, as a free tier account for the free tier eligible customers, you can get up to 30 GB of EBS general purpose SSD. It is one of the hard disks. Okay, we have the hard disk also. We have the two types: HDD, hard disk drive, and SSD, solid state drive. Okay, on a free tier account, we are getting SSD up to 30 GB. Okay, just launch instance. That's it. So within seconds, I'm creating my virtual machine by selecting all the components. Okay, which is a virtual machine. Are you getting my point? Which is a virtual to me. This machine, what I'm creating, okay, like Windows OS. Okay, this is the machine that I've created now. Okay, which is a virtual to me. Right, which is a virtual to me. Okay, this is a virtual to me. How I'm getting all these things: CPU, RAM, hard disk, etc., etc. Okay, from the underlying host computer, where it is located in the data center of the AWS, in one of the data center of the AWS. Right, this is how we are going to get the resources from the cloud computing. In any cloud computing, it might be Azure, GCP, etc., etc. Right, so once it is created, so once it is running, so just refresh. Status 6 is initializing. Don't worry, don't worry. Okay, I will explain you clearly everything step by step, but I want to show you this. Status 6, because 2 by 2 checks are passing. Okay, it's going to make sure that our virtual machine is ready to perform well. Okay, the underlying checks. Okay, instance status X and system status X. So in the data center, okay, in the AWS data center, it is doing certain checks before it is going to allocate to us. It is a refresh option. So we're going to learn all these things. Don't worry, we're going to see what is meant by instance state, instance type. Okay, what do you mean by availability zone? We're going to see all these things. Public IP and private IP, elastic IP, we're going to see this. Okay, cloud monitoring, cloud watch, we're going to see this. Security group, we're going to understand this. Key pair, we're going to understand this also. What is the launch time and date, right? Apart from this, we're going to see the instance types. Okay, instance pricings, launch template. What do you mean by AMIs? Okay, what do you mean by EBS, volume, snapshots? Okay, security group, elastic IP, placement groups, key pair, we're going to see this, load balancing. So we're going to cover all these things step by step. Still, it is in the initializing. So we have to wait for the 2 by 2 checks first to connect. It just take 1 to 2 minutes. Okay. So any queries to anyone? I hope you are following me, guys. I hope you are following me. Any queries to anyone? Any queries to anyone? So before going here, let me take just 1 to 2 minutes from any queries from anyone, or else are you following me, guys? Are you following my lecture? Everyone? Yes, yes. Basic, buddy, Ambuj, it is a basic. Out of that, we are the versions. Okay, out of that, we are the evolution of the OS. So, guys, everyone, are you following my lecture? Is it okay? Is it informative? Did you following me? Any queries? Is it clear? Fine, great, great, correct. Yes, Ambuj, see, server and the desktop is same. See, the term, see, it has a lot of meaning in the server. Okay, the server means the system which is serving you. Okay, even we call our laptop or desktop is also server only, because which is serving the required information to us, right? But here, yesterday I told you the server software. Okay, the server software which is serving you with the data, with the software. Are you getting, buddy? Server and the computer or the laptop all the same. Okay, but based on the scenario, based on the scenario, we will change. Right, buddy? Server is nothing but it is also a computer, but which is serving you. Did you got this, Ambuj? Server is also a computer which is serving you. Yesterday, I told you the server software. So in that situation, we are installing the server. In that situation, we install one software which is acting like a server. Okay, holding the information and responding to the user request. Right, Ambuj? Desktop is this software? I didn't get you. What do you mean by desktop is this software? Ambuj, the server and the desktop both are the machines. First thing, right? Both are the machines. Okay. Server and computer, laptop, both, all are the machines. But why we call it a server? It means which is serving with the data. Okay, with our request, which is serving the return with the data. We are called as servers, right? So yesterday in my example, I told you the client server architecture in the way of example with a computer program. Okay, in the different situations, we have the different scenarios. Right, Ambuj? So we'll see 2 by 2 checks are passed. Yes, 2 by 2 checks are passed. So what is the OS installed on top of physical hardware resource in DC? See, buddy, it is see exactly the thing is that we are not worried. We are not taking care of the data centers. First thing, okay. We have the concept called shared responsibility model. Okay, in the AWS, we have the concept called shared responsibility model. It means who are the responsible for what. Okay, under the shared responsibility model, we as a customers are the users of the AWS. It is not our responsibility to which operating system or which virtualization software they are using. Okay, Mohammed?
I
So it is up to the
understand.
AWS.
Yeah, I understand that, Mr. Sai. Thanks for taking this question. But for the knowledge sake, right? What will be the
See. This is yes, Mohammed. See, generally, as I told you, right? We have the shared responsibility model. If anyone asks you, if anyone employer asks you which OS they are using, because even we don't know exactly, because it is up to the AWS, right? Even though they won't put outside, because it is a business, it is their game. If they tell which OS they are using, might they will copy by different players, right? Azure also we have in the market, GCP also we have in the market. So it is like confidential, these things. If any employer asks you, okay, this question, if any employer asks you, yeah, Mohammed, which OS install in the data center, okay, physical hardware, you may say that it is a shared responsibility model. Under a shared responsibility model, it is not our responsibility to go behind the data center, right? We are using outside the data center only. Even the data center security also, it is responsible on the AWS. Okay, buddy, Mohammed.
Thank you, Mr. Sai.
Yes, because it is like core components. Core components, the virtualization also, it is not our under our control. It is
Means
completely
that
control of the AWS.
maybe it's a property rights for them to not disclosure, right?
Yes, do not disclose because it is their business, right? It is their business. That is why it is become the global leader, top
Absolutely.
in the services.
Thank you, Mr. Sai.
Yes. So now I want to show you. Now see, virtually we created one machine, right? Virtually we created one machine. So I'm trying to connect to the Windows OS. Okay. So just click connect. So RDP client, I will tell you, okay, in the next classes, okay, I'm going to tell you how to do all these things. Every meaning I'm going to tell you in detail, okay? Because then only you'll get the confidence, right? That is what my way of teaching. When you'll get the confidence, when you understand each and every term in a proper way, okay? Then only you'll get the confidence. Then only you can play in the game, right? So in my next class, we're going to discuss all the things in detail. So get password. So upload private key file. So I'm going to show you in detail. Don't worry. Again, I'm saying you just for your understanding. Okay. How to see the virtual machine. So I'm going to the RDP client. In my machine, I have the remote desktop protocol. So I'm opening this. So just copy, connect. More choices, use different accounts. So username, password. Remember me. Okay. Yes, secure connection. You can see my virtual machine is up and running. Username as the administrator. See, this is now my virtual machine. Okay, Windows OS, right? It is my Windows operating system, which is a virtual machine, right? So you can see the logo also. I think it's taking some time. So you can see the Windows logo here. You can see the information system information, and this is the my computer, right? To this virtual machine, this is the my computer. Yes. Now you can see the logo. So this is my virtual machine. Okay, these are all the details from where I got public IPC, public IP, private IP. This is the instance size, availability zone. What is the total size? What is the name? So this is my computer. This PC, see, with 30 GB hard disk. Out of 30 GB, see, almost 11 GB. Okay, only 10 GB is free out of 30 GB. Only 10 GB is free out of 30 GB. See, I told you before only, this is the graphical user interface. Windows is the graphical user interface where it requires high storage. Where it requires high storage. So that is why most of the companies are going with the Linux OS for the high performance and the low storage. You to see now. So I can go here. Now I can use this machine for my usage. Right. I can use this machine for my usage. Once I'm done with the usage, okay, I can pay to the AWS the charges. Right. This is how we're going to connect to our operating systems. Right, guys? I hope it's clear to you. Some basic understanding. Some basic understanding what we're going to do. How we're going to learn all these things. Right? Because from the next class, because almost we're done with the cloud computing, only the two models, like deployment models, okay, 4 types of deployment models and 3 types of services. Once I'm done with the concept, I will jump into the AWS. Okay, it is hardly take 10 minutes. Okay, AWS deployment models 10 minutes and the cloud computing, okay, service models 10 minutes. Right? Then I'll jump into the AWS. Then we'll start our journey in the AWS from the next one. Right? So this is what from my side. Okay, this is what from my side. And once again, if you want to be part of this course, okay, and if you want to suggest to your friends, if you don't want to be part, at least if you want to suggest to your friends, you can suggest them. Okay, you can get in touch with me in the Logical Lab Technology under this course. You can see here, okay, Logical Lab Technology, AWS and Devops, which is started from yesterday, 6 to 8 p.m. every Saturday and Sunday. Like it's programmed like 8 weeks. Okay, if you want to be part of this, you can be part of this from here. Right? It is yesterday's recording class. I hope you enjoyed the today's session. Right? Any queries before we wrap up?